Hi everybody, I'm Sarah Morris, your career coach, and today we're looking at 5 tips for finding work you love. So step 1 is to really know yourself, and that includes what you love and what you don't like, and also what your strengths and weaknesses are. Now, a lot of us don't like to admit what our strengths are. A lot of us are a bit too modest for that, and also some of us don't really understand what our weaknesses are either. So you really want to get a good understanding of who you are. So I want you to look back into your past and look at all the peaks and the low points and work out, why have you loved all the peaks in your life? So work out, what is it about the best times of your life that you've really loved about them? What was your role in that time, and what was happening? What did you achieve in that time? And also looking through some of the low times, work out what was it that you really didn't enjoy about that. And that's both in a personal context and a professional context. So you can go back even to your childhood and think about all the things you used to love when you were a childhood, and ask yourself if any of those things still resonate with you. Often we get pulled off track, for example, by parents or by schools or by just society telling us what we should do. But often those career ideas that you had when you were a young child still resonate. So have a think about those and work out actually if they actually really are things that you still might want to look into. And another thing you can do is ask your past colleagues or even current colleagues to feedback and tell you about your strengths. And sometimes it can be difficult yourself understanding everything about your strengths. But if you ask other people to tell you what they think about your strengths, then it can be really enlightening. So please do send people an email or a message and ask them just to list 3 to 5 strengths. And you'll probably be quite surprised by what people say about you. And that can be a real confidence booster as well. And the other thing you can do is a personality test. There's lots of these online, and they'll give you an idea also about your personality, your likes and your dislikes, and the things that you might be good at. And often they have a list of potential careers for each personality, so you can have a look through that list as well once you've done the test and got the results. And some of those things you might not really be interested in, so you can just dismiss those, but some other things might actually resonate with you a bit. So if they do, then do make sure that you take note of them and have a good think about whether or not they might be something you want to investigate. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to have an ideas list. And this can be a bank of ideas about anything to do with career. So it doesn't have to be a fully formed idea. It could just be keywords. And one of the things you can do is scroll down job boards online and just pick out keywords from those job boards. So if it says something like researching, or it says, you'll need to be independent or something like that, pick out those words and put them into your ideas bank. And this can be a list, or it can be a poster, or it can be a folder, or it could be a notebook, or whatever it is. But have somewhere where you're keeping a list of ideas, either fully formed ideas or just keywords, and make that a big list. I want you to have at least 20 items on it, if not more. So 20 to 30 items. And you're going to need to take time to do that. That's not going to be a 2-hour process. This is going to happen over several weeks. And so when you're talking to people, or when you're just searching things online and you get a little idea, put this into your ideas bank so that you've got a list of things to look at later. And at this point, put your concerns about money, put your concerns about reality away, and just put down your ideas, because you can sort out the reality of them a little bit later on. So just, the sky's the limit with this ideas bank. Make it wild and put any possible ideas you can about something that might be fulfilling to you on this list. And then in step 3, the next step, you're going to start to investigate some of these ideas. So even still putting aside the idea of money, putting aside the idea of reality, you're going to start working out whether these things could work for you. So still investigate them, even if you have an inkling. It might be a low salary, or it might not be possible for you. Step forward and investigate it nevertheless. And the way you're going to do that is to go onto Facebook or LinkedIn and just find groups that are in that particular area, and just get out there and put comments and ask people, hey, what's this career like? You can also send direct messages, which I really recommend you do. So find people that work in that particular career, add them, and just send them a message. And if you send out 20 messages, you'll probably get 10 odd replies. So don't worry about those people that don't reply to you. That's not an issue. Just wait for the replies that do come to you, And then you can engage them in a conversation. You can ask them things like, what's an ideal day like in your job, or an average day, I should say. What do you like about this job? What do you not like about this job? What kind of prospects are there for growth? What kind of skills are needed? So you can ask all these questions simply by reaching out to people on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn. And all these resources are there for you right now on your phone or on your laptop. So there's no excuse to not just get going and start investigating those ideas that you've got on your ideas bank. And the next thing you can obviously do beyond sitting in your living room and typing on your phone or on your computer is to actually get out and shadow people and volunteer. And that's going to be the next stage of that process where you investigate different careers. One of your concerns might be, what if it's the wrong thing? Well, we're going to try to make sure it's not the wrong thing by investigating it as thoroughly as possible. So that's why before you make the move into it, you need to thoroughly investigate what that career involves. And part of that is going to be reaching out to people and volunteering possibly, or shadowing people. Confidence can be such an issue with people. So sometimes even just reaching out to people can be a problem, and people feel bad. They don't want to do it. They're worried about people not responding to them, or they're just worried that it makes them look like they're already involved in that career or something like that. And just know that it's not an issue. Some people will not respond to you, but that's absolutely fine. They're not going to be worried about it, so you really shouldn't be worried about it. So please overcome any confidence issues you have. So this is number 4, to overcome a lack of confidence. I can't tell you how much a lack of confidence will make you fail your life. Confidence is the biggest killer of fulfillment. And it's an issue that all of us have. Even me, I have to have confidence. I've had to gain confidence to do this YouTube video. So confidence, I can't stress enough, is something that will kill your career and your fulfillment, or it will make or break you. And so you have to have the strength to gain that confidence. And if you can't, then please find people that will help you do that. So find a coach, find a counselor, find a friend, whatever it is, you're going to need to overcome your confidence issues. So in step 3, that's why I recommend taking small steps to start with. So maybe just, sending people a message on social media. That's quite a small step compared to a bigger step of going to volunteer, for example. But you will need to do those things, and you are going to need to take some risks. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to move forward until you take action. And if confidence is the thing that is killing your ability to take action, you've got to get on top of that. You've got to do that, because you're going to fail yourself and you're not going to reach fulfillment and your potential if you don't overcome those confidence issues. So you need to do whatever it takes to overcome any lack in confidence. Everybody has it. It's completely normal to worry and to have that lack of confidence in yourself. But if you don't overcome it, you're not going to move forward. So it's going to take some hard work and some hard kind of risk taking in some cases to get further forward, but you're going to need to do it. So work out how you're going to overcome your confidence issues and find the people you need to help you if that's what you need to do. And step 5 is, once you've investigated all of these careers and you've overcome your confidence issues to a degree, and you've worked out where you want to be, you're going to come up with an actionable plan. So I want you to really, at this point, visualize where you want to go. So strongly visualize it in your mind, and you can do an exercise on this where you actually write down a sort of visualization of where you want to be, what all the sounds are, what the smells are, what you can see, the colors, the textures, how it feels. And I want you to strongly imagine where you want to be. This is the last stage after you've already worked out where you want to go. And by the way, at this point, let me just say, this is not a 30-year decision necessarily. This could be a 2-year decision. So changing career doesn't have to be for 30 years. These days, people don't stay in jobs for 30 years. This is just what you're going to find fulfilling right now. And that might change in 5 years' time or 2 years' time. But what you want to do is make sure that you're keeping doors open for yourself. So when you do move on in 2 years, 4 years, or whatever it is, doors are open to move on to the next thing. But let me just say at this stage, this does not have to be a 30-year decision, okay? It's just maybe like a 2 to 5 year decision. But at this point, you're going to come up with your plan for your 2 to 5 year decision. You're going to visualize it really, really strongly, and you're going to make actionable steps. You're going to write down actionable steps that you're going to take into a calendar, and you're going to work on it and take those steps. And if you need to find somebody to help make sure that you do that and that you don't procrastinate, that's a great idea. You can find an accountability partner where you can share your steps and your time frame with them and get them to hold you accountable, and you can do the same for them. And you can find them in my Facebook group, or in any other career change Facebook group, and get somebody else to help you and hold you accountable to where you're going to go. So I hope this has been helpful. Please do subscribe and join my Facebook group, the Career Change Ninjas, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.